Aethir AI. I started this organization actually last year with a wave of crypto AI. I'm very happy to sit here with two of my portfolios. Actually, I got involved earlier with MyShell and the Flock. So I hope everyone will enjoy this panel. Maybe just firstly a few words about your project, very quickly.
I'm Ming, and I'm the co-founder and CTO of Zero-G. And so Zero-G is trying to provide the fastest modular AI chain that we provide a bunch of decentralized technologies to scale out the infrastructure for the AI computation, also include the data solution for the AI workload. And we actually produce a series of innovative sharding mechanisms to secure out the system so that we can support more than tens or hundreds of gigabytes per second of data throughput.
Hi everyone, this is Ethan from MyShell, and at MyShell we are building the AI toolkit for the creators to easily build AI-powered applications, including chatbots, image generation, and just many more visual novels. So with the power of blockchain and crypto, we're gonna try to build a new creator economy that's gonna try to help the creator to monetize.
Oh yeah, so hi, Jiaohao, I'm co-founder of Flock. Well, Flock is actually an academic term about federated learning and blockchain, where we join forth the two technologies into a permissionless way for people to do decentralized AI model training.
Hi everyone, so my name is Masha Prusso. I do marketing for Aethir. Who has heard of Aethir here? Anyone aware of Aethir?
Sure.
Okay, one person. Whoa, one person. Okay.
I heard about Aethir, but I don't have it.
Okay, so Aethir, it's a DeepIn project, decentralized physical infrastructure. We provide compute to gaming and AI companies.
Thank you. I think we can start with maybe confidential computing, because it's a FHE conference. So I think different the projects have different ways to secure the data. Maybe MyShell is a bit different, but maybe all of you can share a bit of what kind of a field you want to secure, and why I think that this field is important to have encryption beyond the network. Maybe you can start with Jiaohao, because you do federated learning, right?
Sure. Okay, so thank you for giving me. So yeah, so federated learning is a type of technology where it's actually used a lot as an emerging technology in the traditional industry, where everyone, if you're using Google phone, Apple phone, they are actually predicting your typing habits by using federated learning. But in traditional ways, it's a centralized federated learning, meaning that actually Google, Apple can be evil if they want to, and there are big risks behind this, right? So that's why we wanted to make blockchain join this mechanism so that everything can be permissionless, that you don't need to worry that there's a central power that actually are governing the whole process. Because there was a scandal before about a Chinese input software Sogo who actually claimed they're doing better learning, but sending the raw data back in their backdoor. So there are things happening like that. So that's why we want federated learning to work in a permissionless way, so we don't need to worry about those things. When it comes to encryption, so since you are doing this training and data transmission in a decentralized way, right? So definitely within the whole transmission and communication, you want to make sure there are ways to prevent your data from leaking. Or even if you are not transmitting your raw data, you want to make sure that whatever you're transmitting, for example, in our way is the model gradients, that people cannot do inversion attacks to actually to predict your real raw data from your data derivatives. So FHE can be one of the solutions, or trusted execution environments, or ZK. So as Flock, we are a training framework. We are happy to embrace any of the interesting encryption technologies. So we also publish papers about ZK-FL, or maybe soon FHE-FL with Mason's team. Yeah. So yeah, cool.
Yeah. So I think we are building the consumer content platform, and I think after the appearance of large language models, it has been probably the first time that people can chat very personal stuff with AI, and also the user gonna disclose more information about themselves, about what they think with the AI. I think it's very important to keep users' data private. Otherwise, the personalized advertisement is going to go much crazier than before, and no one wants to see that. And initially, I think when OpenAI launched their ChatGPT, there had been several data leakage incidents, and people are getting worried about their data being used for the training process. So other people may, when other people talking to the AI, may leak other people's private data during the training phase. So I think this privacy issue is going to be more and more permanent for building consumer applications.
Okay, so because Zero-G is infrastructure project, so actually we actually in this decentralized environment, there is a lot of needs that the user need to keep their privacy, and also need to some verifiability of the computation and also data. So our system is a platform that we will employ the different kind of technologies and methodologies for this privacy preserving and also this verifiability. And so there's I think there's a spectrum of the trade-off from the security and the performance perspective. And as a middle layer platform, we're just trying to provide all these kind of opportunities to let give user the freedom to choose the different methodologies that fits best in their target scenarios.
So think about Aethir is an Airbnb for compute. We're a marketplace that provide their enterprise-grade GPU, and we don't use the FHE or any other encryption technology, but we keep on having demand, and companies are coming to us and asking us to provide infrastructure with the FHE for other encrypted technologies. So we are working on it.
Yeah, thank you for the answers. So I'm actually also curious because maybe for Aethir OG and Zero-G and also Flock is more infra. So for three of you guys, what kind of promising real world applications you expect most to be built on your platform, and also what differentiates these projects on your platform compared with the others. And for MyShell, you can maybe tell us since you got been launched, what has been most successful or get most traction kind of application look like. Maybe we can start with MyShell.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna talk more about the what Creator has been built with MyShell's different kind of AI models and also our agent framework. I think the first trend is obviously those kind of character-like and role-play different kind of chatbot. I think that's what went viral during the initial appearance of large language model, but as more modality came out, image generation and even GIF, and also our recent launched shell agents can also contain complicated internal state. So we saw many creators build visual novels that's it's like a mini game with images, with users' choices to opt for different options. So it's gonna be a many more entertaining content came out. That's previously probably needs weeks of coding, but nowadays it's just the creator don't have to code and also can quickly build this kind of entertaining content in 2 days.
Okay, so so I can give a concrete example in our Zero-G where we use this kind of verifiability and also privacy stuff. So basically, we are trying to build a general serving framework that can connect the decentralized users and also the service providers to let them enjoy this high quality of service. And with respect to the service itself, we assume that this service provider will provide the verifiability to their users for their specific application logic, and then the user can verify any service result by themselves. And our fee model is that users will first choose the service provider and then prepay some tokens in our smart contract, and later on the service provider will provide this proof of this the user endorsed the service result to the smart contract to do the settlements. And this process actually requires some verification, and we and also because this process actually can be overlapped and in parallel with the normal service critical path, and so we can employ this kind of ZK-based solution to do this kind of a quick verification on chain. So I would say this is the place that we think that the ZK methodology is a good fit for that scenario.
I think it's coming soon with the AI agent summer. Everyone's waiting for that. There are much more demands, especially, for example, one of the pioneers as MyShell that can provide lots of demands for the usages. So that's where I think many of the infra projects try to plug into, right? So for us, because we're focusing on the private data, and especially in vertical commercial use cases where, for example, we work with Allora for the Probe AI thing for them to validate all their GPUs to make sure that they have the correct benchmark in case people are just simply attack those networks, right? And also with Morpheus, we're running transaction bots for them, so people can use natural language to talk about how to bridge my token from one bridge to another. And then that actually, because Morpheus is going to launch their maybe I can't mention that. So yeah, so so many of those use cases that we're actually running with our partners that can earn actual emission or protocol revenue to block, which we think is a very healthy collaboration in the ecosystem. So people from demand side are actually using the model, and model can generate their long tail revenue from this. From these usages, and those incentives can be then distributed to the contributors who contributed data to the model, who contributed the model itself, or who contributed GPUs for the model training.
You want to skip this question, right?
Well, I can talk about the HAI. Maybe you've met or seen Mark Ryden, the co-founder of Aethir, on one of the panels, and he'll be speaking this week as well. And he has with him the Aethir Edge. It's a physical small device that you can install at home. It's for retail customers, and then you can receive the rewards. And it's pretty much your own compute machine that will be processing the different AI machine learning computations. You will receive the rewards. And of course, talking about the privacy, and with FHE and other privacy technologies, it's possible to encrypt this data and not reveal this data to anyone else. And I think we're working on it, and I would love for you guys maybe later talk about the Aethir Edge, the little device that you'll be seeing during this week.
Yeah, then like maybe something like for marketing as well. Like so, for example, like I think everyone is like close to launch. Then like how to make sure like you get like the real users and the real builders instead of just the token holders to be in your like ecosystem. So you need to try to have some differentiators, or like a full secure like tag to get people involved, right? How to get those people involved in your ecosystem. So what has been the effort you have been putting like in this kind of like trying?
Oh yeah, maybe you guys heard Aethir raised about $150 million on our node sale. So this was our very interesting initiative. So I think we announced it in March, 42,000 ETH. And we engaged a lot of KOLs, funds, members of the community to operate the nodes for us and receive the ATH tokens. And we have about 2 million people in our community across Twitter, Telegram, and it's, of course we have a token, we also have nodes, we have token holders, token buyers. We're also a Web2 company that got into Web3 recently. We launched our token on June 12th, announced $36 million in revenue in the past year. So token is just one aspect of our business, I would say. Our main business is compute, so we provide decentralized compute to gaming and AI companies.
So I think our go-to-market strategy is that so first of all we try to provide the really high-performance infrastructure product to our users, and so we actually make our really realize our commitment and our system with this scalability of the system, and we are currently working with hundreds of partners, our customers that use our data solution for their specific AI or DA related projects, and I think currently, I think because our testnet has already launched, and we have already worked with our partners to thanks for the partners testing, and we have fixed a lot of issues and make the system more stable, and we also have a lot of several hackathon and accelerator projects that can co-work with us in the evolving ecosystem. So I think that's our stuff.
Because we are building the AI content platform, so we have to directly compete with Web2 companies like OpenAI's GPT Store and the Poll and a few others in the AI industry. I think the important part is that we want to open source and also build the best creator tools, because the more capabilities you give to creators, and the easier they're gonna be able to create. It's gonna increase the content quality and also high quality content amount. So, and I think that's probably the challenging but the most important part to compete in the consumer landscape in the AI. And of course, I think one of the reasons we chose crypto is that we saw there are many very good creators build their AI applications on GPT Store, but their account is randomly banned, and their content causes a lot of attention and usages, but none of them gets compensated equally. So I think with the open economy from the crypto space and the fast-growing infrastructures in the crypto AI space, I think both the product, the creator tool, and also the decentralized infrastructure are gonna empower us to be more competitive in the consumer landscape.
Yeah, I think for us, because training or model training is a hard thing, right? It's like generally even in traditional Web 2, it's for power users, like for Hugging Face, for Kaggle, they're only just power users, they're using them. So our strategy to be more accessible or be more related to general users, to make sure it's easy and as easy as possible for every different tier of users to join. So for the power users, we have one-line code instructions, so everyone can just run it instantly to run a flock trainer or flock validation. And we also work with communities, pre-existing communities like a cache community, so people can just run instances immediately from a cache, and then one-line code, they can become flock validator or trainer, and then some dual mining mechanisms to incentivize the whole community, right? And then that's for the training nodes, and for validations, because validation actually takes less effort. What you need to do is to run your algorithm to make sure you can validate whatever task sending over to you, and then to return back the loss function, whether it's getting the loss function lower in AI model sense, right? So there are different ways that people can do it. Either they can validate in a lightweight way or in a heavy way. So for different tiers, that we make sure that users can run them on their local devices, even if it's just the Apple M3, M2 chip, and then as easy as Grass, let's say, that can be plugged into your browser. Everyone can join as a validator. So that's for the validations, and also because still for this whole AI economy, right? The most important thing is people are going to use the models. So we have our own model marketplace for whatever model trend and competitive winning in our AI arena. They will be pushed on to the model marketplace, where users can pick and choose. They can run on those models. They can use it, interact with it. So there are for our users. So either you are a tool user, or either you are a lightweighted validator, or a heavy use trainer. You all have your different ways to access to this whole platform.
And if I may add, another cool marketing initiative that we do in Aethir, we work with projects that haven't launched the tokens yet. We help them with introductions to our KOL communities, Moderator communities, we do token swaps, airdrops. So more than happy to talk to any companies here that haven't launched the token yet and see how we can partner up.
Yeah, because like I also interested, like like Jiaohao was saying, like about the power users. I'm just like also curious how important, for example, it's like for your ecosystem to have the power users. For example, you probably have to like talk with, same with MyShell, like you probably have to talk with like some of the real like content creators or like model like training like developers and so on to really have good quality of the models like in the ecosystem, right? So how do you pitch in front of them? Because they are also probably well paid. They have like just a good kind of like work to do with cargo with Hugging Face or creating like agents on their own. How to convert them to like try your platform? So.
I can go first. So first of all, of course, the incentives, right? Because compared to traditional platforms where Hugging Face or Cargo, you do get some incentives, but it's not like very transparent, auditable. That it's not based on your merit or something. It's maybe sometimes it's just winner takes all, right? So more transparent and auditable incentive that maybe you contributed to one model and that model can run just owned by you in the future. Any long tail revenue that you can get from it, that's a totally different thing compared to traditional Web2. That's the first of all it. And then I think the other one is how to make your experience better for the users, but especially for the power users, whether they feel it's fun to actually run in your AI arena. So that's how we actually get a lot of support from communities like Numerai, Kaggle, Gnosis and the Foundry guys. So because they'll be experienced a lot in AI mining in the previous projects, right? Traditional AI or in Tensor before. So they understand how the concept works, and then when the new tools coming up, they'll be excited about porting their knowledge from other places to a new place. So I guess usability and incentive will be the main driver for them.
Do you want to add something? I mean, it's also fun like
Yeah. So I think I had some comments. So basically, we're also trying to build the model for marketplace. So basically, but I think to make it successful, actually you need to first provide some very high quality models, stuff. So basically, so we are trying to seek for some strong collaborations with some edge carding researchers that can provide these very innovative models that can really useful in the next stage, and so that we can as long as we can successfully deploy that, and I think we can attract more users in our platform. And I think the entire marketplace development should be a spiral form that when you have a good product there and you attract more users, and when you have more users, and you will attract more better products, right? So eventually, this will be improved, I think.
Yeah, and as Mr. Sun from Flock was noticing, it has to be fun. We are in the DGN community, it's a crypto community. A lot of us are Web 2, merged with Web 3, but eventually, if you look into some of the most coolest successful projects, they're fun. Like look at Parachain, wow, the community, look at the memes, this is fun. So how can we make it cool and fun and really appealing? I have about 8 years of experience doing branding, PR marketing. I used to be head of public relations at Polygon, and what I noticed, especially to attract the users, is branding. Just yesterday, I was at the Morph event. Everything is green. Morph is the new layer 2, I think, for consumers based in Singapore. Raised from Dragonfly, Pantera, and the branding is so cool. So I think to attract the users, it has to be appealing, it has to be beautiful, and we're all in a very technical field. So how to also explain FHE, encryption, how to explain ZKC, and all the technical things in a very easy layman language, I would say. It's also very important to attract the users, not just native Web3 developer users, but a much broader category of users.
Yeah, I think like our panel still like have 6-7 minutes left. I will have like one more question, and I will leave the audience to ask some questions if you guys have. I think it will be very interesting because you guys have like different like fields. If you can choose again, which other second field like you would think it would be interesting to build relevant to like crypto AI. So different kinds, because for example, people that are doing edge computing, for example, this Aethir also like having some kind of like you guys also do, right? But like there are also like other narratives like what would be like an interesting sector in terms of crypto AI you guys would want to do, like these guys without turning on.
Okay, yeah, I can start. If I got to choose again, I probably will still do crypto AI, but adding some bearer chain features as yeah. So I'll wear a head hat, and maybe it's not a bear, but something else, because we want a bull market, right? So I'll bull chain, something like that. So yeah, as actually everyone just mentioned, so AI is a hard thing, and you can't just focus on one small subset of the population about some power users who can run some very heavy algorithms, right? You want a mass adoption. You want to make sure it's cool, it's fun to play. So I guess, yeah, to have some interesting, cool memes and we'll make it more adoptable by the mass community, right? So that will be maybe a difference if I got choose to do something different.
Yeah, we're probably gonna do more open source AI research because like people always think we are only a AI content platform, but actually we open source various like open source AI models like text to speech, voice call, and also recent agent framework. I think nowadays open source community has never been so strong, and also open source model quality it's catching up with the commercial ones. So I think the open source research is something very promising in the next few years.
So I think we probably will touch this decentralized training area. So basically, currently, I think the AI crypto mainly focus on the inference scenario because it is kind of more practical, and but training is actually very challenging because the network issue, network bandwidth is not that good as compared to the centralized data center, and also so I think and also. Because in the decentralized AI, actually want this AI workflow is very transparent to the users and more aligned to the user intention and values. But if we cannot do the training process in the decentralized environment, that means that the model comes from the centralized world originally. So it's very hard to achieve that ultimate goal.
So we currently work towards the decentralization of compute. Right now, there is close to, I would say, maybe almost 0% of the compute that is currently decentralized. NVIDIAs of the world, massive AI corporations, they all hold the monopoly and the power of the compute. And Zuckerberg recently announced that he's going to buy $18 billion worth of H100s. These are the big compute machines. It's about $300,000 for one machine. So if we have Facebook, NVIDIA, we have the largest companies there is buying all the compute, and it's centralized. So we are working towards decentralization of the compute. It's a pretty niche market. There's not many people doing it, but we're working towards it.
Thank you.